many times, because those toilets get clogged up, right? They end up having to clean them up themselves with their hands. They are not allowed outside of the cages, maybe once or twice a week. And at the beginning, they were not allowed outside of the cages at all. Some have reported that they're maggots. We've heard elected officials say there is no such thing, that the food is well prepared. A lot of them have concern that they're barely given 2 or 3 minutes to eat. And sometimes they get all 3 meals in a span of 2 to 3 hours.
So I want to start with Alligator Alcatraz, which, being based in Florida, I'm sure takes up a lot of your guys' time. I'm not based in Florida. It takes a lot of what I talk about. So I'm sure with you guys, you're very involved with it. I want to start first with the conditions there. Can you kind of paint the picture for us? I've heard everything from things like maggots to kennels, and that. What could you kind of describe for us in terms of conditions?
Well, let's start with the daily conditions. These are tents, right? And it's very hot in Florida. And one of the things is that they turn off the AC about 5 hours a day. Now, anyone who's in Florida knows that you can't be without an AC. And then we also know that people who are in confined space and subjected to heat on an extended period of time, it tends to cause heart conditions. And we have to say that a lot of the detainees are not young folks. They are older folks, over 60. They're 80-year-olds. Like, you have from all age ranges. So that's the first part. The second thing is, another concern about the living conditions is that there is no sewer system, right? So all sewer system is above ground, and they have these little portable toilets that are inside the units. Many times, because those toilets get clogged up, right? They end up having to clean them up themselves with their hands. Which is, again, when you expose people, I am originally from Haiti, when you expose people to human waste, you are propagating all types of germs and illnesses, right? One of the things that we've been hearing is there's been a lot of concerns about respiratory infections lately. So that explains it. The other part of it is they are not allowed outside of the cages, maybe once or twice a week. And at the beginning, they were not allowed outside of the cages at all. You know that anybody who stays in a confined space and is not allowed outside to see the sun, exposed to air and sun and everything, they develop mental health issues. Some have reported that they're maggots. We've heard elected officials say there is no such thing, that the food is well prepared. A lot of them have concern that they're barely given 2 or 3 minutes to eat. And sometimes they get all 3 meals in a span of 2 to 3 hours, because that's the time that the caterer could provide the food, and et cetera, et cetera. Some of them are being punished as well. And the punishment is basically putting them in shackles in a box. We have not gotten a description of that box yet, but in a box in the sun for about 3 hours. Now, you're not in Florida. I have gone there just to rally, and in about an hour, I've come back with, even though I had bug spray on me, I have come back with huge bumps.
Are there increased, or have you heard at least stories of like increased levels of sickness that have been reported, maybe more emergency visits needed, like ambulances having to go in and out? Are we seeing those kind of effects from this?
We have been seeing in the past few days, since last weekend, actually, at least 2 or 3 ambulances going in and out of the detention facility in the last week, and which is unusual because they didn't have that level of traffic of ambulances in the past.
And the last thing I wanted to ask about Alligator Alcatraz specifically was the treatment, which you did kind of go into a bit of it with the conditions, but have there been any cases that you've heard from family members of I guess, mistreatment broadly, whether abuses, harassment, anything of the sort like that?
So we have heard that the language used against them is very discriminatory, right? They are being told by the security guards, whatever term you need to go home, or there were allegation of, we heard on one call that someone was saying, they're beating somebody up, but we have not had confirmation of those. These are just coming from, family members, and the asks are out for clear information, but it's not, of course, the state is not answering those questions.